Hi everyone, welcome to the BookTubePrize channel. My name is Robert Sheard, and today we're here to announce the results of the quarterfinals round and to announce the pairings for the semifinals round. We started February 1st in the first round with 48 books in each division, and after every round, and a round lasts 2 months, we cut the field in half. So we've cut the field in half once. Today we're cutting it in half again. And then when we go into our semifinals round starting today, we'll have 12 books left in each division. A lot of book prizes consider the top 12 their long list. We do it a little bit differently, but in the end we come down to 12, and then in 2 more months we'll cut that field to our 6 finalists. After this video premiere ends, if you want to go to the BookTubePrize website, which is just booktubeprize.org, you can download a PDF file that's a checklist of the 4 semifinals groupings if you'd like to read along with us. Also, if you're making your own social media posts or videos about the prize, you can go to the semifinals tab on our website and you can download the 4 group graphics. I've included them there. You're welcome to download them and use them in your own posts and videos. And then finally, judges, shortly after this premiere ends, I will release the ballots for the semifinals. We're using 50 judges in fiction and 50 judges in nonfiction, so not everyone's going to get an assignment who RSVP'd. But if you did RSVP for the semifinals and you did not get an assignment, first of all, don't take it personally. There are a lot of people who have judged only 1 round. Some people, this will be their first round, so they get priority in the algorithm. And those of you who did not get an assignment will be in the standby pool in case any of the judges who did get assigned can't fulfill their obligation. We'll plug in some substitutes from the standby pool. So please pay attention to your emails over the next week. Almost all of those happen in the first week of each new round, and I'll email you if there's a ballot that you might be able to take for us. I guess that's about all I have administrative-wise. Let's get to the results. For the quarterfinals, we'll begin with the nonfiction results. In Group A, the 6 quarterfinalists were Secret City, The Hidden History of Gay Washington by James Kirchick; Eating to Extinction, The World's Rarest Foods and Why We Need to Save Them by Dan Saladino; Sandy Hook, An American Tragedy and the Battle for Truth by Elizabeth Williamson; Breathless, The Scientific Race to Defeat a Deadly Virus by David Quammen; The Facemaker, A Visionary Surgeon's Battle to Mend the Disfigured Soldiers of World War I by Lindsay Fitzharris; and Solito by Javier Zamora. And the 3 books moving into the semifinals are Eating to Extinction, Sandy Hook, and The Facemaker. In Group B, the 6 quarterfinalists were Did You Hear Mammy Died? A Memoir by Seamus O'Reilly; The Song of the Cell, An Exploration of Medicine and the New Human by Siddhartha Mukherjee; Under the Skin, The Hidden Toll of Racism on American Lives and on the Health of Our Nation by Linda Villarosa; I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy; Blood and Ruins, The Last Imperial War, 1931 to 1945 by Richard Overy; Half American, the epic story of African Americans fighting World War II at home and abroad by Matthew F. Delmont. And the 3 books moving into the semifinals are The Song of the Cell, Under the Skin, and Half American. In Group C, the 6 quarterfinalists were River of the Gods, Genius, Courage, and Betrayal in the Search for the Source of the Nile by Candace Millard. In Love, a Memoir of Love and Loss by Amy Bloom. G-Man, J. Edgar Hoover and the Making of the American Century by Beverly Gage. My Fourth Time We Drowned, Seeking Refuge on the World's Deadliest Migration Route by Sally Hayden. Strangers to Ourselves, Unsettled Minds and the Stories That Make Us by Rachel Aviv. And The Escape Artist, The Man Who Broke Out of Auschwitz to Warn the World by Jonathan Friedland. And the 3 books moving into the semifinals are My Fourth Time We Drowned, Strangers to Ourselves, The Escape Artist. And in Group D, the 6 quarterfinalists were Dinners with Ruth, a Memoir on the Power of Friendships by Nina Totenberg. An Immense World, How Animal Senses Reveal the Hidden Realms Around Us by Ed Yong. His Name is George Floyd, One Man's Life and the Struggle for Racial Justice by Robert Samuels and Toulouse Olorunnipa. We Don't Know Ourselves, A Personal History of Modern Ireland by Fintan O'Toole. Paradise Falls, The True Story of an Environmental Catastrophe by Keith O'Brien. And How to Stand Up to a Dictator, The Fight for Our Future by Maria Ressa. The 3 books moving into the semifinals are An Immense World, His Name is George Floyd, and Paradise Falls. Moving on to fiction, in Group A, the 6 quarterfinalists were Trust by Hernan Diaz, Fellowship Point by Alice Elliott Dark, The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell, Night Crawling by Layla Motley, The Book of Goose by Yi-Yun Lee, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. The 3 books moving into the semifinals are Trust, Night Crawling, and Demon Copperhead. In Group B, the 6 quarterfinalists were The English Understand Wool by Helen DeWitt, Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins Valdez, Foster by Claire Keegan, How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu, The 7 Moons of Mali Almeida by Shahan Karunatilaka, and Now Is Not the Time to Panic by Kevin Wilson. The three books moving into the semifinals are Take My Hand, Foster, How High We Go in the Dark. In Group C, the 6 quarterfinalists were Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart, Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng, Horse by Geraldine Brooks, The Swimmers by Julie Otsuka, Afterlives by Abdulrazak Gurna, and Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The three books moving into the semifinals are Young Mungo, Horse, and Carrie Soto is Back. And in Group D, the 6 quarterfinalists were Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, Stories from the Tenants Downstairs by Sadiq Fofana, Kaikeyi by Vaishnavi Patel, The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield, and Trespasses by Louise Kennedy. And the three books moving into the semifinals are Kaikeyi, Our Wives Under the Sea, and Trespasses. Now let's look at the semifinal pairings. We'll start with the nonfiction groups. In Group A, the 6 semifinalists are My Fourth Time We Drowned by Sally Hayden, The Song of the Cell by Siddhartha Mukherjee, Half American by Matthew F. Delmont, Eating to Extinction by Dan Saladino, Paradise Falls by Keith O'Brien, and The Facemaker by Lindsay Fitzharris. In Group B, the 6 semifinalists are Sandy Hook by Elizabeth Williamson, Under the Skin by Linda Villarosa, The Escape Artist by Jonathan Friedland, His Name is George by Robert Samuels and Toulouse Olorunapa, Strangers to Ourselves by Rachel Aviv, and An Immense World by Ed Yong. And now the fiction groups. In Group A, the 6 semifinalists are Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Foster by Claire Keegan, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield, How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu, and Night Crawling by Layla Motley. And in Group B, the 6 semifinalists are Take My Hand by Dolan Perkins Valdez, Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart, Trespasses by Louise Kennedy, Kaikeyi by Vaishnavi Patel, Trust by Hernan Diaz, and Horse by Geraldine Brooks. Okay, there you have it, the quarterfinal results and the final 12, the semifinalists in fiction and semifinalists in nonfiction. This round takes place over June and July, so we'll be back at the end of July to announce the finalists for this year's BookTube Prize. Happy reading, everybody. Bye.